from Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show. and now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No, I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio. Here is a letter from Maddie in Pasadena. Maddie writes, as open-minded sexually as I believe I am, I have a problem. An old friend of mine, in fact, my oldest friend, we were born 5 days apart in the summer of love, and our parents were best friends, has come out to me. Now, it's not simply that he's gay. BFD, he says. What it is, though, is that in downtime between women, he goes to gay bathhouses. So you understanding this? It's written kind of in a roundabout way. You understanding this? He finds out that his friend is, well, not really gay. He's bi. So he dates chicks, and when a relationship ends, gets his jollies by going to gay bathhouses, which you would think don't exist anymore, but they do, of course. He says that this is the only time he does or is done by men. Now, imagine your childhood buddy, right? Grew up with the guy, born a few days apart, known each other forever. And suddenly, one day, you're 36 and your buddy says, you know what? You see me dating chicks, but during the downtime, I like to go to gay bathhouses and hit the glory hole. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, that gives me the creeps. You know what? I'd rather he be gay. Gay is okay. You know what? Being bisexual is like being agnostic. Pick a side and be on it, okay? And you know what? I think most gay people agree with me. You know, one or the be this or be that, but don't be both. Pick one. Unless you're a chick. So the email from Maddie continues. Maddie says, why, after a lifetime of friendship, he decided to confide that to me, I'll work out with him. If not violently, at least loudly. But here is my problem. Shouldn't he be telling the women that he's with that he's bi? He doesn't. I say go on the web and find a chick who wants a bi guy. They must be out there. All the fat gags. You know what they are, right? The big, fat, dumpy, homely chicks who want male attention and male companionship and can't get it from straight men. You know the ones I'm talking about. Big, mouthy broads who like wearing like those Annie Hall type skirts to hide their big asses. They know every gay bar in town. You know chicks like that, right? You ever meet a chick, here in L.A., you ever meet a chick who says, yeah, I like going to the Abbey, and I like going to the Spike, and I like going to Rage, and I like... Do you ever go to a straight bar? Do you ever go where straight people hang out? Ever? And then I was here the other night. Break. Fag hags. Anyway, he says, frankly, this has disturbed our friendship. I repeat, the homosexual sex aspect I truly don't care about, but I feel he should be honest to those he penetrates about what they're getting into. I know many of your listeners will simply react homophobically to this, so let's say I'll disregard 85% of the calls if the topic makes it to your show. But I'd like to hear what your listeners and you think about this. Yeah. So there you go, and he thanks the father he never had. Maddie in Pasadena. Thank you, son. I'm going to tell you my opinion about this, and I don't think Maddie's going to like my opinion about this, and here is my opinion about this. Yeah, you know what? There's something about our sex lives, each and every one of us, that our friends don't know about. They're especially guys, okay? Example, how many of you guys tell your friends about every chick you've banged? No, you don't, because you've been with the fat chick. You've been with the chick with a limp. You've been with the chick missing a front tooth. You've been with the chick with hair coming out of her nipples. You've been with the chick with the skanky cooch. You've been with the chick who broke a vase over your head. You know what? When these things happen, you never tell your friends. There's stuff about your life you don't tell your friends. And on top of that, do you ever go to the person you're dating and tell them about everything you've been doing? Now, clearly, this is an AIDS question here, okay? And the reason it's an AIDS question is because what other reason do women have for knowing the guy is bi? What other reason? The fact is that anybody you have sex with can be HIV positive. Yes, most of them are gay, but guess what? Anybody can be. And people of all persuasions have HIV, have AIDS, have died, okay? So whether you're bisexual or straight or gay, doesn't really matter. Anybody can transmit HIV. Anybody can. Some people more likely than others. Make the goddamn guy wear a condom. But no, I don't think he owes it to anyone to tell anything. You know, if he wants to pick up everything that moves, you know, why is it some chick's business? Give you some examples, okay? Forget about the bisexual thing. Do you know how many chicks I've been with who were the second or third chick of the day? Of the day. Of the day. Now, of course, do you think chick number 3 would have sex with me if she knew chick number 1 was 10 o'clock this morning, chick number 2 was 1:30 this afternoon in a hotel room, and now she's chick number 3? Guarantee you, 90% of chicks would say, no. No. What do you tell that stuff? If you're with a 10 and last night you were with a 2, you going to tell the 10 that sometimes you're with 2s? No. If you once had unsafe, let's say one time this year, you forgot to put the rubber on, okay? And you had sex with somebody and then you never saw them again, and it was like a one-night stand. By the way, tell me the truth, because I know people who've done this, and I want to know if you've done this. This is not the topic, but I just want to ask you this question. We've all had, like, that one experience. This is going to be so creepy. This is really going to creep you, okay? We've all had it. You don't want to think about it, right? Do you remember the time you had sex with that one person that if you weren't drunk, you would have said, I don't want to take a chance. This person is like a little too frisky with a few too many people, right? So, where were you? You were in the hot tub. You were in the back of the garage somewhere. You were on the back of you were banging them on the back of the car or something. You were drunk. You were no condom, nothing. And then the next day you realize, holy cow, I don't know this person's name. I don't know anything about them. Come on. We've all had at least one of these. Now, this is something I heard about that was completely creepy. I knew somebody who had a night like this with somebody. Just one night of just banging away, no condom, nothing. She said she's on birth control. He said, okay, fine, no rubber. He went for it. He didn't even know her last name. He had a phone number, and that's it. This guy, and I couldn't believe he admitted this to me, because most people would never admit it, but this guy didn't ever see this chick again. But he would call her every couple of years to see if she was still alive. Is that creepy? It's like, He would call up like, how you feeling lately? How you doing? So you seem like a pretty healthy person. Like, do you ever get sick? I swear, he would do this. He would call the chick. There's a chick he had a one-night stand with, and he would call her every couple of years. Hey, how's it going? Did you ever get a call like this from somebody? You ever wonder why somebody would call you after you were a one-night stand? They would just call you and never see you again? Creepy. Now, if you had somebody like that in your past, do you tell everybody? Well, there was that one time I had sex with somebody whose name I didn't know, and I didn't wear a condom, and I've always wondered, I always wondered. No! You don't tell that stuff. You don't. So here's my point. No, I don't think... when you owe it to somebody to tell them you're bisexual? If the relationship is going to get really serious, you might get married or move in together. Yes, I do believe that's the time to tell. But if you're just dating people, if you're just having sex with people, no. I don't think you should have to tell that you're bi. I don't think you should have to tell that you're a lesbian, but you're experimenting. Why is it somebody's business? And why does it even matter? On a given night, you need what the other person has. Who cares what they are? That's why I always tell guys, if a woman wants to be going out with a doctor, poof, I'm a doctor. That's it. If a woman tells me she thinks highway patrolmen are hot, guess what? I'm off duty right now. My next shift is 2 days from now. I don't care. You say anything. Do whatever you have to do. I think if you told most chicks, guys, if you told chicks you were bisexual, most chicks would go, my God, it's already 8:30. I gotta go. That's the answer you'd get. So my question for you is, all right, if somebody is bisexual, especially, most guys don't care if a chick is bisexual, so I don't know if it even matters, but, all right, you're a guy, and like this guy's friend, Maddie, okay? You're a guy, and every once in a while, when the going gets tough, and you are not getting laid by chicks, so you fill in the spaces there by filling in the spaces at a bathhouse with guys. So essentially, you are bisexual, at least part of the time. Do you owe it to somebody, the chick you're dating, to tell her that?
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-866.
There's not a day goes by when my wife and I don't come home and say, hey, did you hear what Tom was talking about? And we get into a nice argument or discussion about it. It's cool.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Leykis on Hot Talk 1080 KOT.
Yes, the Tom Leykis Show, 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Lisa on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Lisa.
Oh, my God.
Wake up and smell the coffee, sister!
Got a problem over there, Lisa? Lisa? I know she's still there, and she's just listening to me. Unbelievable. All right, Lisa, I'm going to put Dino back on the phone with you, and he'll explain the facts of life.
I'm sorry.
1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Gary on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, I'm actually calling to disagree with you for once.
All right, why?
I have a very strong opinion about people being open about their sex lives, and I have absolutely no problem asking a girl first when her last STD test was. There's far too many people out there.
You can ask her, but why would you believe the answer?
Well, you can at least ask, and that's...
Well, but what good does that do? I mean, if somebody had something to hide, do you think they're going to tell you?
No, but if they didn't tell you and you purposely asked, then if you ended up catching something, you would have at least a legal recourse.
Only if they knew.
That's true, but if you're asking last time...
Let me give you an example here, okay? Let's say you're with a chick who's got the clap, and she has symptoms of something. She doesn't even know what she's got symptoms of, and she's afraid to go to the doctor. All right? So, she meets you, and you say, when's the last time you had an STD test? Oh, just last week. Well, then later on you catch the clap. she could say she didn't know she had it. So then what?
Well, at least I had the opportunity to ask, and I gave them the opportunity to be upfront.
Well, you gave them an opportunity, but I'm being pragmatic about this. You should wear a condom and stop depending on strangers to tell you the truth about something that might be embarrassing for them or inconvenient.
Oh, no, you definitely should still use protection, but it's still a question that I make sure I ask every single time first, and you can only hope that people are going to answer it honestly.
You can hope, but, wishing and hoping and praying. Who was that, Dusty Springfield? I don't know, but don't even try.
Well, that's true.
Wear a condom. The chicks lie. They lie about being on birth control. They lie about everything. Please.
Exactly.
All right, but what about if you're bi? Do you think you owe it to somebody to tell them, and do they owe it to tell you?
I don't think the sexual preference matters at all because everybody's at the same risk. They might be a little bit more at risk, but...
I don't believe that. I believe people who are bisexual are more likely to have AIDS. But still, people lie about all kinds of things to get people into bed. That's the way it works.
Unfortunately, yes, but...
Well, unfortunately. It's been that way since the beginning of time. It's nothing new.
Yeah, definitely, but... I mean, the worst you could do is ask and have them lie to you. At least you asked and did your part, and of course you should.
I don't believe in You know what? I don't believe in wasting time with little make work things, little homework. I mean, the fact is, if I think someone doesn't have an incentive to tell me the truth, I don't waste my time asking them questions they're not likely to answer honestly. You know who's going to tell you they had an STD test last week? Someone who did.
Right, and in which case then you've asked and you can feel perfectly safe at that point. Doesn't mean you shouldn't still use protection.
But you can't tell the people who did from the people who didn't, because the people who didn't will also say they had one last week.
They can, yeah, but I mean you have to trust people so far, and you can't trust everybody.
But the very nature of how we score. What do you got to do? Say, could you produce some paperwork? Can we call your doctor? Let's make a three-way call. Nobody does that.
No.
You have no idea what when you pick up some chick at a bar. How do you check her medical records at 2 a.m? You don't. So this whole exercise, you know what? You're just going to ruin your evening and waste your time asking questions like that because the people who are honest, you can't tell them from the people who are lying. They're all saying the same thing.
Right, but if everybody asked it more, well, not everybody, if more people asked more often...
I don't agree. I completely disagree. I completely disagree. I believe people would just lie more.
Well, what's with the guy calling...
I'll tell you what, there's people out there, I've done shows about it. You talk about like herpes. Herpes you can never get rid of. There's no shot, there's no nothing. You can't get rid of it. And there's a large percentage of people with herpes who say, no, I don't have anything. Otherwise, they never get laid except by other people with herpes, and who knows what else they have.
Oh, I know. I went through that 6 months ago. I had a girl tell me I gave it to her.
Oh, there you go. That's the best defense is good offense.
Oh, yeah. And I went and got tested, and I make sure to go get tested whenever I switch.
All right. Well, good for you, Gary, but I think asking these questions, you're really wasting your time.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis.
This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Thank you for tuning in. All right, we got a letter from a listener named Maddie in Pasadena who writes in and says that he found out that his friend of like 36 years. Well, the guy appeared to be straight, dates women and stuff, but he admitted just recently that after a relationship ends, he heads over to a gay bathhouse to bide his time till the next chick comes along. So essentially, he's bisexual. The guy, Maddie, says that his friend should tell chicks this, and I say no. I say we lie about all kinds of things when we get laid, and frankly, you shouldn't believe anything anybody says when they're trying to either get you into bed or get you to marry them or whatever. They will say whatever they have to say. That's why I say going on a date, it's all blah, 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 blah. That's all it is. It's a dance. You're just like, killing time till you get to the ultimate solution. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Mike on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Okay, Mike.
Wild encounters. I was on a dry spell, and I decided to engage in a little oral stimulation from a transvestite.
You decided to do that, or you found out he was a transvestite later?
I knew from the beginning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the Danny Bonaducci story where you thought it was a woman and later you found it was a man?
No, I knew it was a guy.
You knew it was a guy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty good.
Now, do you tell this to people?
No, I don't tell too many people this.
You don't? So, like, when you're dating a chick, you don't say, hey,
no.
you're good. That transvestite was a little better.
She's good looking, too. Or he was good looking, too.
Yeah. I mean, they know how we like it.
Yeah, exactly. They know what you want.
I know women love to say that when they're trying to recruit you into lesbianism, but I don't care if a guy knows better what I like. You know what? There's still that stubble factor.
Yeah.
And then I can't get over that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm no homophobe. I have no problem with people being gay, but I don't. When I'm getting oral, I don't want to feel stubble.
Yeah.
Not on a chick or a guy. I don't want to feel it.
The thing is, I don't consider myself bi.
Well,
but,
did you do it once? Or
I just did it once.
Okay. Well, to me, doing it once doesn't make you bi.
Okay, thank God.
You experimented, and you're done now.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah,
that's it. You're never doing it again.
That's right.
And by the way, I admit everything about my life. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't think about doing it. I've been approached by friends. Come on! Lay back. You won't know the difference. Come on!
He was hard to pass up.
He was hard to pass up.
He was hard to pass up.
Say it. He was good looking. Yeah. He was hard to pass. Yeah. Don't start calling him she.
Okay.
You're doing that just to feel better about yourself. No! It was a man. A man put his mouth on you.
Yeah. I know.
And you liked it. Just remember how much you liked it.
Yeah, but
later on you had razor burn. In places where men should not have razor burn.
Yeah, well.
You kind of got exfoliated.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'll never do it again.
All right. Like, sure. You ever like, wake up in a cold sweat thinking about it?
No.
No? Oh, I would. God, if a man did that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, my God, it's not happening again. It's just a dream.
And I don't hang around with those people anymore either. So.
You don't? So you used to hang out with transvestites and now you
No, actually I had a couple of gay roommates.
Oh, you had gay roommates. That's how you got into this.
Yeah, and they had some big parties, and one night I was a little blitzed, and I was on a dry spell, and just happened.
You're having a little drag race, and
there was a couple there.
One thing led to another.
Exactly.
Come on, it does. You know what? Nobody gets drunker than I do. I mean, the distance between how drunk I get and alcohol poisoning can be measured in inches, not feet. Okay, and or yards. And I'm telling you, no matter how drunk I get, and these boys have seen me chase women, grabbing their asses. Literally, just walking after them. There was a chick, and she's probably out there listening. There was a chick at a restaurant in Seattle who was literally walking into the kitchen. She worked at the restaurant, and you guys know what I'm talking about, right? And I followed her into the kitchen and grabbed her ass, okay? But no matter how polluted I ever got, I never, ever let a man put his mouth on me. Ever.
Well, I'm not proud of it.
One thing led to... come on. You know what? Be proud. Come on. But how could you get that drunk? You were curious. You had to have that curiosity satisfied. It's just like chicks who say, well, I wasn't planning on doing anything. I just went down to the bar to meet my girlfriends. I got there. My girlfriends were late. I'm hanging out at the bar. And a guy came up and he bought me a drink. And I drank it. And then I had another one. And then I got a little tipsy. And what happens when I get tipsy? You're doing that same thing.
Well, once the door was closed, I didn't give a excuse me.
Well, but the thing is, you're in bed with a guy.
Yeah, I know. I'll never do it again.
Come on, look, go ahead and do it. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being gay. If you want to do it again, do it again.
No. It wasn't that.
Was there any razor burn?
No.
No?
No.
Did you check?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't even know what that feels like. I don't want to know.
Well, hey, Tom, what was
I have had razor burn. I've dated some of these Mediterranean chicks.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis.
Tell me about your dates.
Basically, we spent a week in bed.
You spent a week in bed. There's a date. My kind of date.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Leykis on Hot Talk 1080.
Yeah, the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Hey, it's Ryan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Okay, Ryan.
Hey, Tom, I just want to clarify something. Once a guy sleeps with a guy or has oral sex with him, he's not bi. He's gay.
He's gay. Even if he does it one time and never does it again.
Once you go down that Hershey Highway, there's no coming back.
Well, what about chicks who had one experience with their college roommate, female, while they're in college and then never did that again? Are they bi?
Chicks are okay.
Chicks are okay, but guys are gay.
Guys are.
Can you explain the logic of that? I'd like to understand this.
I don't understand it myself. It's just the way it is. Hey, Tom, can you take me out Warren Zevon style?
Warren Zevon style. Probably be a big cough.
Big cough.
Yeah, big cough. No one had asked for Warren Zevon style before. That's rude. I love it. 1-800-5800-TOM. Use our telephone number. First call for Warren Zevon style. Every once in a while we get a new one. I'll tell you. It's Catherine on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
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 First of all, that last guy was a complete moron. Oh my God! Jeez.
But he did ask for Warren Zevon style. He was the first.
Well, that doesn't really matter. But also, the guy before him was definitely curious. You were totally right on that one. It wasn't just like some drunken experience or anything.
Yeah.
He definitely had to be curious. And I think it was his roommates probably that made him curious.
I don't buy it when chicks tell me, well, I got drunk. You know what happens?
Yeah,
no, please.
Anyway, but I totally disagree with you on, well, I have to clarify with you first. I have a question.
Yeah.
You don't think that this guy that's going around sleeping with guys should have to tell a woman that he's seriously involved with?
Oh, no, I didn't say seriously involved. In fact, I said the exact opposite.
When does it become that point?
When you're seriously involved, when you have a monogamous relationship with somebody, or when you talk about having one. For example, if you've been dating somebody and you say, I'd like to just see you and only you, that's the time for him to say, well, I'm bi.
Okay. Then
that's the time. But not before that. I mean, do you know how many people you've dated? God only knows the secrets of the people you've had sex with.
Oh, I'm not a person that sleeps around.
One day we should do a show. We should do a show about that.
Secrets?
Yeah, the stuff that, if I had people call in and tell me the stuff they don't tell you when you're having sex with them, it would blow your mind.
Crazy. You don't understand. I was at a party a little while ago, and this woman totally started hitting on me, and she's like telling me, people for some reason tend to tell me things. I guess I may be a trustworthy person or look like one or something. Anyway, so she's talking to me and completely hitting on me, telling me how she wants to bring me into her relationship with this guy and blah, blah, blah. And what her secret was, though, that she liked everything gross. She liked being on, she liked being on, she liked...
Well, we can't say those words. We have to really tone that down.
Sorry. She likes to be crapped on and the grosser the better.
That one, too, we can't say.
And tell me what her profession was.
Probably a banker or a librarian or a high school teacher.
First grade teacher.
There we go.
First grade.
Right.
And she was a complete freak.
I'm sure. I always wonder why people are drawn to certain businesses. I always wonder why men want to be gynecologists.
Yeah, I would never go to a man gynecologist.
Well, but there are some women who say I would only go to a man.
Ever.
And I think those women actually...
Because those women are need like attention.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just going to the gynecologist, honey. Don't worry about it.
No.
I don't want other guys sticking their hand in there.
Yeah. It's totally sexual for the man and the woman.
In
that situation.
Yeah.
But,
absolutely.
But anyway,
yes.
But I think you take too much time talking.
I do?
Yeah.
Well, you see, that's my job. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
No, I understand that, but I think you should get more callers, keep it moving, stop wasting time on, like, boring people.
Here, are you a program director or something? I mean, are you a consultant?
No.
You know, we are the top-rated afternoon radio program in Los Angeles.
Because it's interesting, because it's...
that's my point. It's interesting, and that we got big ratings. You know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay, but...
I'll tell you what, when the ratings go down, you call back and I'll hire you as a consultant and you can tell me what I should do. But I've been on the air. You know what I first came to L.A.? 16 years ago.
That means you're better than a lot of the crap on radio. But that doesn't mean, like, you're great.
Oh, well, then why are you listening?
I just got turned on to you by someone actually called me on his way to work.
You don't have to listen. If you don't like the way I'm doing it, you should just tune out.
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
You're calling up to tell me how to do my job. What station do you work for? Are you on the air somewhere? I mean, I'll tell you what, there are people I actually
Am I on the air somewhere?
No, there are people I seek their counsel and advice because they know more than I do. Even if I've been doing this in L.A. over 16 years, there are people who've been doing it even longer. And people, for example, I've met Rick Dees. I've spent some time talking to him. He knows something about what he's doing over there. There's a lot of people who know what they're doing. But what station do you work with? What's the call letters where you work?
What are you talking about?
I'm asking you. You obviously, if you think you know what I should eat.
It's my opinion.
I've got the number one show in the afternoon doing what I'm doing, and you call in and you tell me how I should be doing it.
No, it's just my opinion. I'm trying to help you out.
But the thing is, I don't need help. I'm number one. Just call me number one.
Oh, I'm sure you're number one, but that doesn't mean...
You know what? Don't even call me Tom. Just call me number one.
Number one.
That's it. I mean, you know what? When I'm not number one, I'm going to be flailing about. I'm going to be desperate. I'm going to be looking for help. But right now, I don't need your help. I make a 7-figure income. I got the number one show. I'm going to listen to some caller calling, 22-year-old girl calling from her cell phone, telling me how to do a radio show. Who are you?
How do you know I'm on a cell phone?
Because Dino asked you and you told him.
No, he didn't.
All right, so you're not on a cell phone?
I am, but he didn't ask me.
Well, he can tell. Obvious.
Anyway.
You got one of those plans, 9,000 minutes for 9 cents.
You're just shooting the crap. We're wasting airtime here. We can talk about
dear, you started it. Calling in. You know what? The topic was whether you should tell somebody if you're bisexual. And we were cruising along. All right, we were cruising along, and then what do? I'm doing the show. No, wait a minute. You don't understand. I'm doing the show. I'm cruising along at 70 miles an hour on the Autobahn here, and suddenly we're talking about bisexuality and whether you should tell somebody you're bisexual, and suddenly the show, there you are calling in, and the show takes a dramatic turn for the worse. And then suddenly you've turned it into a critique of how I do what I do. Who are you to call in and tell me how to do this? What do you know about my profession? What do you do for a living? Maybe I give you a little advice. What do you do for a living?
I give you a...
Who are you?
Who am I?
Well, if you're not in radio, what do you do?
I do everything.
What?
I do everything. I'm an artist.
So in other words, you're unemployed.
What?
You're unemployed.
I'm unemployed. Yes, I am employed.
Unemployed. So here you are, an unemployed 22-year-old woman with a cell phone, and I don't know how you can afford that, calling in here and telling me in Los Angeles for 16 years, number one afternoon show, and a 7-figure income, and you are calling in to tell me how to do my job.
But, hey, I'm just giving you advice.
But who are you?
Hi.
Well, that's great.
2 questions?
That's like asking Adolf Hitler for advice on how to make a souffle. Please.
No, it's not. You're supposed
What do you know about this?
This is exactly who you should be listening to, us.
No, dear, if you knew what you were doing, you'd be down here doing the show, and I'd be calling you.
Because I'm good at a lot of things.
No, you're not good at this. If you were good at it, dear, believe me, if you could see my paycheck. and how few hours I work. You'd be down here picking up that check. You wouldn't be driving around saying, well, I'm an artist, I'm an artisan.
I don't care about money. I care about enjoying life. So anyway.
Yeah, enjoy. Well, I'll tell you what. You sit out there and enjoy life, dear. Call in. And I'll tell you what. You know who you would call? You want to call Larry Elder and give him some advice.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
You have a vagina?
Yes.
And you're telling me you have a hard time finding somebody to fill it?
No. Not at all.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll have sex with you tonight.
Did you want to talk to my boyfriend?
I don't want to talk to him for. I'm negotiating with you right now.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis, only on Hot Talk 1080.
Send us an email. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Tom at blowmeuptom.com. And call our comment line